once your revenue is not doubling and your cost is going up, which is due to inflation, devaluation and all that, you need to find a way to reduce that, because revenue minus cost is profit. Once your cost is more than your revenue, that's bankruptcy or negative cash flow. And that's where you say, oh, I don't have money. And that's how most of them start to know that they don't have money in their accounts.
Welcome to miNibA, unveiling Nigeria's entrepreneurial spirit, one story at a time. Feel the pulse of Nigerian creativity, where dreams flourish and the nation thrive.
Let's be real for a second. We're living in peculiar times. Between rising inflation and the pressure to perform, it's so easy to let anxiety take the driver's seat. I know the feeling. When you're carrying every goal, every worry, and every to-do only in your head. But here's the truth. Even when you feel like you've messed up, it is not the end of the world. That is exactly why I created the LDP bracelet. It's more than inspiration jewelry. It's a tool to center yourself. It's a stylish reminder that stays on you and with you at all times, moving the commitment to learning, doing, and progressing from just a thought in your mind to a physical weight on your wrist. We only have 28 pieces available in this limited run. If you need a physical anchor to keep you pushing through these times, go to the link in the show notes right below. Stop carrying it all in your head. Start wearing your progress.
Hi guys. Hello everyone. It's really good to be back in the studio. Akinfemi, what do you think?
Welcome miNibA Nation to another episode. We are excited because our Egbon, our pioneer,
our mentor
that supported the career, our mentor, is even in the studio we are using, that he didn't say philanthropist. He has not even been in the studio. How long is he not been here?
In about 6 to 9 months.
It's more than that. But you see, this is the humble people that we have. This is the spine of our nation, guys. Welcome to episode 3. And MFP, you're welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, Muyiwa Femi Pearse.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you so much.
So we've promised Prex that it's not going to take a lot of time because this is his special Sunday soccer time.
Right. Yeah. So we're just going to do this quick and, let him go enjoy his soccer. So I don't know if you guys know who Mr. Muyiwa Femi Pearse is, right? He's one of the OGs in the financial industry, and he has a company called the SME Mall that has been empowering and pioneering small businesses in Nigeria. And I know for sure that they've also been building, and helping women in business lately. So we're like, no, we have to have him here because these are one of the people that are helping Nigeria grow. Because if you look at it, they said Nigeria's GDP contribution, we're part of the top 10. And these are the kind of people that are helping that happen because they're building other businesses to contribute to the world. So, ladies and gentlemen, MFP, Mr. Muyiwa Femi Pearse.
Thank you very much, everyone. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, amazing.
And I think the accurate thing to say is glad to be here again, because if you go back to episode 11, season 2, episode 1, you were here.
So it's glad to be here again, guys.
Exactly. And so for our newer listeners, I had so much fun preparing for this episode because I got to listen to that episode a few times, and Senami and I will listen to that as well yesterday as well, and it's a timeless episode.
Yeah, it actually is.
In fact, anybody that wants to know what SME Mall is, you need to go there. We had Fikayo on there as well, and he broke it down. They broke it down, and if you really want to get a synopsis of why SME Mall is the solution to MSME companies in particular, and that's 4 years ago, 2021. Start from there. So finish this one, then go back there, and you're going to be like the smartest person among your friends.
Yeah. So MFP, let me ask you, right? I know you've worked with like thousands of SMEs, right? What is that most common structural gap you see in women-led businesses? Not motivation, but like maybe systems. What is that gap that is there for most businesses?
Thank you so much, Sinami. Well, basically, a lot of them that I've assessed basically have two core issues. The first one is poor record keeping, and the second one is the lack of financial management. So when I say poor record keeping, they're not keeping the accurate records that represent what the business is actually doing, and then without doing that, you're not able to get funding or support for your business. The second part, which is poor record keeping and financial management. Yeah, so the financial management side means understanding my numbers, revenue, cost, and profit. So without understanding what leads to my profit and how to price and all that, a lot of them will not be able to build profitable businesses. So I think that those two core things are most of what we've seen in the female-led businesses that we've encountered over time. Thank you.
That was very insightful.
And can I add, before we move on to something else, you did help me when I became a full-time entrepreneur. I wonder maybe we should add, I came to your office and you said, look, what's your financial structure like? And you gave me 5 minutes. And we actually have it on recording and we haven't released it. Maybe we should actually add that so people can see. Because you don't just say, oh, I'm an employee, I want to start this, my passion, without that financial structure in place. And this is why you know that the SME Mall, led by our able chairman here, are the right people for the job. Because what he said even 2 years ago is the same thing as what he said 5 years
that
ago.
Shows consistency.
And he said same thing as now.
So when you do your balance sheet, then you now start doing January, February, March, April. You do your revenue, you do your cost, and do your profit. That helps you to understand what your gaps are and how much you need to make every month. Now, every entrepreneur needs to look at the 0 to 15 year plan.
Wow. 0 to 15.
Yeah, because you see,
I love that.
0 to 5 years is assuming that you have made it.
Yeah.
And the reason why I'm saying that is, so I brought down another piece of paper. So 0 to 15 year plan. You need to understand that not all businesses are successful at year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4.
Yeah.
Take FMDQ. FMDQ started breaking even at maybe year 4.
Yeah.
But now, what are the factors, CSF, critical success factors of FMDQ? Solid stakeholders, CBN support, bank support, and all that. Now, if you are an individual that was building FMDQ without institutional support, it surely would have taken you longer than 4 years.
Yeah.
Possibly taking you 10 years.
And institutional support comes from the likes of Mr. Akuabi. Is that what you meant? Or like
No.
CBN,
all those banks, all those bank MDs and all that. They are the ones that own FMDQ.
So from day one, you were already in there.
Yes.
So that's why it was a...
Yes. Do you understand?
Gotcha.
So once you understand business, you know what you're getting into. Look at an Access Bank. Go and take Access Bank and go and take GTB and follow their growth trajectory. Those banks have been in the system for at least 30 years. So before these boys have become the billionaires that you're talking about, they've done even above 15 years. So now, where in this game am I playing is what you should be asking yourself. So I can move that curve to 0 to 30.
Yeah, MFE, I know there's a new product you have in town, something on tax. What's it called?
The 10 questions for the taxman.
Yeah.
So we're trying to simplify access to information with respect to the new tax dispensation. And we realize that different sectors have different questions and concerns. So we've tried to see how we can make it as simple as possible and monetize it as quickly as possible for them. We're mindful of the price points that they have, and then also of the fact that a lot of them don't have the time to go through that. So we just give them the platform to enable them reach the taxman when they have the time.
So it's called My Tax Buddy or something like that?
Okay, so if it's the product itself, then it's called Tax Buddy. If it's the program, is My Tax and I. So we're trying to create a series around tax.
Yeah.
Nice,
So
nice. Because a lot of people are confused about this whole tax thing in
Correct.
Nigeria right now.
Correct.
Even individuals. So it's been very confused. So that brings me to the next question.
You're not going to mention that skit. The skit where the taxman walks up to the guy on the road and says that you must be from Ibadan. He say why? He say because you spend 100 million on Amala. Pay your tax.
100 million on Amala.
Pay your tax.
I
really bad man.
Very soon they say they will bust everybody writing gifts. Everybody on the right buy gifts for everything. Gifts. But that's on the side. So that brings me to the next question, right? So in the current business climate, that's tax, compliance, rising costs. What separates businesses that survive from those that quietly shut down?
That's pretty interesting because it's a very fluid question. But I'll say that I would narrow down to 3 things. The right pricing strategy, very strong cost management and cost control, and the third one is innovation and product fluidity. So what I mean by product fluidity or innovation is you need to start thinking of other ways that you can do the business. For instance, if I'm somebody that is selling clothes and I'm selling baby clothes, baby clothes is cyclical. So with the inflation, with different things that have happened, I will need to find a way to make that product more acceptable by the people, or to mix it. Maybe I'll now start selling adult clothes and all that. So you need to be very mindful of the fact that what worked yesterday is not necessarily what will work today. The needs of the people, they're changing. Their disposable income is shrinking. Everybody is going through the economic hardship. So we're all very mindful of how we spend. So we also need to be mindful of the kind of businesses too we're in, because there are some core businesses that you can never go poor doing. So we're talking about healthcare, we would always buy medicine. We're talking about food, we'll always buy food. We're talking about cosmetics and all that. Women will always do their cosmetics and all that. So, and the other few sectors that are very critical for us. So you also need to be mindful of, okay, what sector am I in and how can I eventually possibly even have to pivot? And if I'm going to stay, then I need to be creative in how I deliver the services and products to those customers. Then also with cost control, you need to now start cutting costs. Once your revenue is not doubling and your cost is going up, which is due to inflation, devaluation and all that, you need to find a way to reduce that, because revenue minus cost is profit. Once your cost is more than your revenue, that's bankruptcy or negative cash flow. And that's where you say, oh, I don't have money. And that's how most of them start to know that they don't have money in their accounts. So you need to manage the cost side of it, because one thing that is clear is your revenue is not going to double in these times of Nigeria being tight compared to the cost, which will double when inflation is up, devaluation has come in and all that. So you need to manage your cost properly. Thank you.
Okay. All right. That's very insightful. I feel like I don't need to go to a business school with all this. I have the hack already. So the next thing I would like to know is, like, you always often talk about diagnosis before growth, right? Why is understanding your numbers more important than funding or new tools or innovation? Why is that?
That's pretty interesting. So let's even go back to the basics. So I come from a family of doctors. My father is a surgeon. Well, if you go to the hospital and you tell a doctor I'm not feeling fine, what does he tell you to do?
Run tests.
Okay, so when you run the test, what happens after that?
And then he will now give you the diagnosis.
Fantastic. So there's no way you will go. No two human beings have the same health conditions. We need to understand what is called the historical background of each patient. Do you come from a family of hypertensives, diabetics? Do you guys have glaucoma? There are different things that you need to always get into and know before you start to treat patients. Does he drink? Does he smoke? So those are the things that we're talking about. So in the same way every business is, right? You need to apply to be able to understand who I'm treating, to understand the kind of solutions they need. In business solving, in problem solving in businesses, you really do not have a one size fits all. So that's why you need to be able to diagnose appropriately. And we've come up with a product that is called the Business Health Checker that helps you.
Oh, they do. They know.
Okay, the Business Health Checker helps you diagnose your status of your business.
If this conversation is making you uncomfortable, then that's a good thing, right? Because most people don't fail from lack of effort. They basically fail from lack of diagnosis, right? Yeah, so, and that's exactly what season 5 is about. Understanding what's broken before you even try to grow. So here's the thing. If you're building a business, a brand, or you have an idea, right? Tools like the Business Health Checker by SME Mall, who is one of our sponsors, exists to help you see clearly. So if you want to access this free tool, that tells you the issues in your business and also helps you, fix it or know how to fix it, click in the link in the description or visit www.thesmemall.com. You won't regret this, trust me. Now, let's get back to the conversation.
Of your business, and then it helps you when you pay a token. It gives you the gaps in a PDF format or in a full report format and with a full action plan over the next 12 months. So that helps you, yes. So that helps you know the gaps. It tells you what to do. And then over time, when you do everything, you can redo your test and all that. Basically, thank you very much.
I want to take the last question before we go into the one-liners. I'll let you rest from the question asking Senna. Excellent job, by the way. So my own question is AI, and I think that was something you and I vibed on the last time I paid you a visit. I was very happy to see that you're an AI guy. First, after you pulled your pad out and you sketched the future of my podcasting destiny, you now said, you know what, Jay? He calls me Jay because it's my big bro. Don't call me Jay, call me Akinfemi. And he says, Jay, don't use AI. Put this idea in AI. And then we got some refined ideas. So, speaking about AI, how can AI help women build systems that scale business?
That's a very tough one, right? Because to a very large extent, I would say that the Nigerian entrepreneurship system, because we're full of micro business owners, may not be ready for AI yet. We need to understand that the ability to use AI is also equal to your level of education. So I really don't think that when we have 40 million micro business owners and most of them being less than secondary school 6 level, would be able to utilize that tool effectively to help them grow their businesses. However, I'm optimistic that over the next few years, if we have a proper technology strategy for Nigeria, would be able to have a stronger adoption of AI. But I'm not sure about how they'll be able to utilize it for their businesses because cost of technology and a few other things are things to consider that they cannot afford presently now. So when you're talking about, okay, I need to have the paid version of ChatGPT is between $10 to $20, $30. We're now talking about people that their maximum profits per month it's not up to $500 to $1,000. So it's a bit material to their cost line to be able to use those kind of tools.
Perfect. Well said. Thank you for that. Thanks, Brex. We're about to let you go. Sanami. Well, so we have a segment that we do. It's called one-liners. Can you explain what one? Do you have an idea what one-liners are, Brex?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just fill in the blank, right? But it's very interesting. So here goes. What's the best Nigerian movie you've watched?
Best Nigerian movie I've watched. I think it's this thing about King of Boys.
I knew you were going to say King. I knew you was going to say King of Boys.
I like King of Boys.
Okay. So, what's your favorite Nigeria clothing brand?
I think for now, make it do with Shesha Africa.
Shout out Shesh. Question 3. My favorite Nigerian song right now is
I think it's called With You.
With You. Okay. Shout out Davido.
Alright, so white Gary or yellow Gary, and why?
White Gary.
Okay.
Why? I don't know.
Nigerians are the best at
Being badly behaved.
The triple B.
the Nigeria of my dreams is
When I can walk on the streets of Ikoyi at 1 a.m. without being afraid.
chai.
Oh, that's powerful.
The best Nigerian dish, that's the food, is
Jollof rice now.
every Nigerian needs to start to.
I don't know.
Use business health checker. I've answered for you.
Yeah, so the best decision you've made this year is
This year,
yes. I know we're just in February, but
the best decision I made this year was to undergo the transformation that I am presently having right now, business-wise.
oh, okay, amazing.
So it's a continuation from last year.
Okay. My favorite place to chill in Nigeria is the top two.
Yeah, maybe it's the last year.
Okay. My favorite thing to do in Nigeria is.
One thing favorite about Nigeria, everything is madness.
But you play football now. You love football.
But it's the football that
She
you
has
guys.
a point.
Okay.
Okay,
Guys, they play football. One of those things. Yeah, it's one of those things.
Okay, what I'm looking forward to the most is.
When I'm able to sell SME Mall for $1 billion.
I knew it was going to be about money.
You skipped one.
Okay.
Question 12.
Okay, a Nigerian role model I respect a lot is.
In Nigeria.
Nigerian role model.
Yes, a Nigerian role model. I respect a lot.
Babatude Raji Fashola BRF.
Oh, okay.
Shout out BRF.
And the last one, if I was president, I would.
No comment.
One comment, just one. The politically safe one is fine.
Okay, so I think one of the things that worries me the most about Nigeria is the level of corruption, which is directly related to what we call the poor compensation of the public sector. I've played in the private and public sector, and it's safe to say I've seen what leads to a lot of inefficiencies we feel in the system. So if I were president, I think one of the things I would drive first is public sector reforms.
Thank you. This was
so
good.
Much. This was
very, very good. Very,
Really
very
amazing.
good.
Amazing.
And at this juncture, before I let Tsunami round up, guys, like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah.
Follow the SME Mall on Instagram,
Very important.
Facebook, LinkedIn.
Facebook, LinkedIn.
We're now on TikTok.
You're talking.
Some very nice, TikTok video.
We're working now.
Yeah.
I told you guys I'm working. I'm sure you working.
Yeah, and of course we're sharing. I saw the Women in Business group competition.
Yeah.
Yes.
So when is that closing and what is it about?
Okay, so we're having another cohort of the Women in Business Grant Program, and it's a program that's specially designed to be able to empower female business owners in Nigeria. And I think women have been more responsible as entrepreneurs from data, facts, and reality. So, I mean, we said, okay, let's do a lot more for them. So the second cohort will be held end of March. And yes, by God's grace, and then we're trying to raise some sponsorship towards that and talking to a few
sponsors. So this is it. In real impact.
So the real big boys in the market support these courses. We exist.
Yeah, we exist.
Let's not compete for this SME space.
They're gonna hear.
We are here to work together.
And
Collaboration is the new innovation. So let's do that.
Talk
Nice.
it.
Collaboration is a new
Thank you so much.
So if you're a woman out there, right, and you have a small business and you're looking for that support, or you know a billionaire that can support this cause, please go to the SME Mall right now.
I was trying to tell
Give us
Tsunami about the
billionaire.
price, the winners, what they did. Was it 1.5?
So the last time it was 1,500,000, 300, and I think with devaluation and all that, we'll possibly double that to give it a real.
Be like say I go.
Oh, where we go? Why not?
All right, guys. All right. Thank you all so much for listening. Thank you so much for coming to the studio, MFP. We really, really appreciate this. Please don't forget to follow us on Instagram, I_am_miNibA. Also on YouTube, right? Yes, you can just click. Please subscribe. Please subscribe.
You didn't give an inspirational word now that who's going to build the country.
Who is going to build the country?
You always say, "What are you jackpine?"
I'm not.
At the end of every episode, you always give some inspirational.
You said it. MFP has even dropped all the gems, so there's no need. He has dropped many gems.
You are proud, you know.
There's no need.
Guys, if we don't build it, who is going to build the Nigeria of our dreams for our kids?
Of course. And we'll be a failure if our kids grow up and Nigeria is still the same way it is. Right.
And also, since we have a love for AI, Sanam is doing certifications, and I'm an AI stan. We're also working on something with SME Mall.
Okay, I want to talk about like this really interesting movie that I saw. Title is Office Space, and it featured, or like the lead actor was Peter Gibbons, right? But it was about a 9-to-5er, a guy who worked with an accounting firm and that hated his job and then made some decisions and took some actions. At the end of the day, I don't know if to say it came back to bite him in the butt, but you know what? No, let me leave you to determine that when you watch the movie. What I actually took away from this movie was that whatever it is you're doing in life, wherever you are, just find a way to be happy. Find something else that makes you happy, because at the end of the day, if you don't do that, it might just steal away your joy. And you get to make the wrongest decisions because you have a lot of negativity around you, right? So that was the first thing I felt like, you know what, that really stuck out for me. The other thing is that weird guy, that weird guy that's in your office that you guys are always bullying and thinking that, you know, nothing good can come out of him and all. Be careful about him, because trust me, those guys... Let me just say that. Just watch out for them and be nicer to them, right? When you watch the movie, you understand what I mean. And then another thing that really stuck out for me was that, you know, employers should just treat their employees right, because you never know what they might do to mess you up for the rest of your life. Remember, they have your data, they have your information, they run your business on your behalf. Forget that you have any agreement with them. If they want to mess you up, they will do it so well, right? So here are the 3 things I got from the movie, but it was a very good watch. I enjoyed it. Please don't do that to your bosses. I'm not encouraging that. I'm just saying, bosses, be nicer to your employees. Employee, try to find happiness in whatever you do, right? Yeah. So basically, yeah, that's it. I hope you guys watch it. And when you watch it, let me know what you think. Okay, bye.
As we wrap up this episode, remember, the horizon is endless. Keep exploring, keep growing, and keep listening to miNibA, where every dream nurtured is a step towards building the Nigeria of our dreams.